Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Syarali bin Jumat and my group member is Nur Farah Atika. The topic that we choose for this assignment is the impact of COVID-19 towards Malaysia Airline. The coronavirus has impacted economies and life around the world. Businesses have had to pivot their strategies, policy, and offering to stay in business. Many companies in the tourism sector were affected, including airline. The pandemic has had a significant impact on the airline industry due to the travel restriction and decimation in demand among travelers. Significant reduction in the passenger number have resulted in flight being cancelled or plane flying empty between airport, which in turn massively reduce revenue for airline and force many airline to lay off employees or declare bankruptcy. I will briefly talk about the Malaysia Airline Bhd. Malaysia Airline Bhd was established in 1 May 1947, 74 years ago as Malayan Airways. The company Malaysia Airline Bhd commenced operation as the national carrier on 1 September 2015 when Malaysia Airline System MAS was dissolved from Bursa Malaysia in 2014 and subsequently ceased operation on August 31, 2015. The COVID-19 pandemic brought unprecedented impact to the tourism industry, especially airline and hotel business. The airline sector faced one of the greatest challenges in its history. The financial performance and cash flow of Malaysia Airline Bhd was severely impacted due to the travel and border restriction implemented by many countries around the world. Malaysia Airline Bhd struggled as the airline share price has fallen 50% and more percent in 2020 due to the COVID-19 outbreak. World Health Organization (WHO) declared the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. Since then, daily life across the globe has changed. Air transport has remained one of the hardest hit global industries since the very beginning of the crisis. So there are several issues and challenges faced by Malaysia Airlines. First is cancellation of flight. Since the introduction of the Movement Control Order (MCO) on 18 March, airline company nationwide have been forced to halt their operation. Malaysia Airlines has cancelled the temporary cancellation of all its flight due to the coronavirus concern. Second is the impact of financial performance and cash flow of Malaysia Airlines. Due to the pandemic COVID-19, Malaysia Airlines has been severely impacted the financial performance and cash flow. The airline sector faced one of the greatest challenges in their story during COVID-19 pandemic. The financial performance and cash flow of Malaysia Airlines was severely impacted due to the travel and border restriction implemented by many countries around the world during this pandemic. Malaysia Airlines has been struggled as the airline share price has fallen 50% in 2020 due to COVID-19 outbreak. Third is lay off employees. Malaysia Airlines may lay off more than 300 employees to pay down its operation following difficult situation faced during pandemic COVID-19. Fourth is the complaint from passenger. During the pandemic COVID-19 period, Malaysia Airlines is facing a wave of complaint from customers who say they have still not been refunded for flights that were cancelled or rescheduled during the pandemic. Therefore, in order to resolving inquiries of passenger and other customer, the Malaysia Airlines hire temporary staff who have been trained. Fifth is Malaysia Airlines paying back huge number of refund. Due to the continued impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia Airline Bhd cancel a flight. Passengers are entitled to ask for a full refund rather than rebook the flight or accept travel voucher. The requirement to provide cash refund on demand will undoubtedly be increasing difficult for the already cash-strapped airline to meet. Last but not least is low demand of air travel. The change in the behavior of passengers following the COVID-19 crisis, travel restriction, and the ensuing economic crisis have resulted in a dramatic drop in demand for Malaysia Airline. Next, I will talk about what the changes made by the Malaysia Airline Bhd, which the first is revision of the group business plan, road network rationalization, aircraft fleet right sizing, cost-based overhaul, and workforce optimization, all aimed at ensuring a leaner and more sustainable business going forward. Second is airline customer and travel agent. Under the proposed scheme, Malaysia Airline unlimited pass holder and guests with valid flight booking will receive travel credit with extended validity for future travel or purchase of seat inventory. Last but not least is debt restructuring scheme. Proposed debt settlement and waiver of debt involving unsecured creditor aimed at enabling the group to address its debt obligation in an orderly manner and to arrive at a debt structure that is sustainable from future operation cash flow. Malaysia Airlines made several changes in order to solve their problem during COVID-19 and after COVID-19, such as restructuring, reorganization, strategy change, and others. There are several reasons why changes should be made by Malaysia Airlines. First is confidence in flying restore. Air travel is essential for the world economy, and Malaysia Airlines is already seeing strong signs of recovery in our key domestic market where there is much pent-up demand. Second is never waste a crisis. Malaysia Airlines never waste a crisis, and the team has been working doubly hard during this travel downtime to come up with product enhancement and development to make flying not only safe and affordable but more seamless, contactless, and convenient than ever before. The development of our digital and non-airline revenue business division is definitely a game changer for Malaysia Airlines. Third is focus on travel bubble. With a network of over 160 destinations across Asia and the Pacific, Malaysia Airlines is well positioned in the aviation travel market to recover faster than many other airlines. Last but not least is digital pivot game changer. Malaysia Airlines has used the downtime during the pandemic to focus on developing their digital and other non-airline business. COVID-19 has caused the biggest crisis in aviation history, with many airlines, including Malaysia Airlines, grounding their entire fleet at one point. However, a silver lining is that the pandemic presented Malaysia Airlines with the opportunity to fast-track its Super Apps project, which actually commenced 3 years ago.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nofara Atika binti Ahmad Zaki. Today I would like to present about impact of change made toward Malaysia Airlines. As we know that since the Movement Control Order (MCO) was implemented on March 18, as a result of ongoing travel restriction, the aviation industry in Malaysia is expected to suffer 30 billion loss this year, according to Transport Minister Datuk Sri Wee Ka Siong. This includes 10.9 billion loss from Malaysia Airlines, Malaysia Airways, AirAsia, and as well as 2.1 billion loss from airport operation. During the July parliamentary session, we state that cancel flight from the 3 local carrier affected 4.316 billion passenger, while another 1.211 million passenger postponed their flight. In addition, they were given a refund totaling 399 million. Malaysia Airlines, which has scaled down its operation, is implemented salary cut and granted unpaid leave to over 13 of its employees since MCO inception, is now undergoing on an urgent restructuring exercise to ensure its survival. Malaysia Airlines has reached out to its lessor, creditor and key supplier in order to negotiate step discount in order to keep the airline afloat. For suggestion and recommendation, I have 7 points. First is product. The main service provided by Malaysia Airline Bhd is low-cost transportation for middle class and lower class passengers, so they can also enjoy a flight. Next is price. Next is price. Malaysia Airline Bhd, a low-cost airline, personalized its cost leadership strategy to each client segment. Except that because most tourists from other countries are from the working class, they frequently search for tickets at low price. Third is distribution. With the same frequency as Malaysia Airline Bhd full service carrier, Malaysia Airline Bhd low cost carrier targets some important Australia cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Adelaide and Darwin, Tasmania. Over 14 flights per week are made by Malaysia Airline Bhd to Australia, with practically all of them going to two major cities, which is Sydney and Melbourne. Next is promotion. Customer may now buy a ticket online at reduced price thanks to a new e-ticket system from Malaysia Airline Bhd, which is in order to reach a large target demographic, particularly online shopper. They also have a program for group discount. Next is physical evidence. Malaysia Airlines Bhd physical evidence is divided into ground and in-flight facility. Like ground environment consists of a booking office, a baggage system and a website. Next are people. The low-cost airline Malaysia Airline Bhd takes great pride in offering the best customer service. Therefore, it pays close attention to the flight attendant who will serve the spokesperson. Last but not least is process. For the process, traveler can book their ticket online or offline using any of the available channels. After booking, the ticket is generated via email and other information such as boarding and timings, as well as cancellation and communication via SMS. The conclusion, in comparison to many other airlines operating today, Malaysia Airlines Bhd MAB is regarded as a successful business with a strong brand. This study primarily highlights Malaysia Airlines Bhd challenge and search for the best solution to survive in COVID-19 pandemic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia Airlines Bhd lost a large number of passengers who booked seats to travel. Furthermore, many governments around the world have restricted public air travel to other countries as at the beginning of October 2021. When the COVID-19 instances in Malaysia were under control, the Malaysian government permits citizens to fly international using Standard Operation Procedure, which is SOP. To accomplish the objectives and thrive in this COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia Airline Bhd needs to propose a new marketing strategy as described in the aforementioned advice. Thank you.